Alright guys, well I just went by the DMV to, let them know that I sold my car. Mainly because if you do this, you can usually get a refund for however much you've paid for your tag and stuff. So they're gonna send me a check for 90 bucks. So always good to do that. Now that we've sold the Mustang, I've got the check, I'm about to go put it in the bank. What are we gonna buy? So I know a lot of people would like to see me put the money into this truck. Lift it real big, maybe cam the truck, who knows, pro charge it, stuff like that, which honestly, I have the funds for now. But at the same time, like, this truck is pretty new. Don't really have a desire to jump that deep into it just yet. And in all honesty, some people might not know, but YouTube is not my full-time job. So yes, it definitely is a nice side income, and I absolutely enjoy the crap out of making videos. However, I do have a full job, and it involves driving this truck. And so I do a lot of I ship a lot of stuff. So for one, I'm in and out of the post office multiple times per day. And it's difficult enough with this truck as is. If I were to put a big lift on it, 14 wides, put a cam in it, all that kind of stuff, really all of that is making it a lot less enjoyable to drive. It'd be nearly impossible to do what I need to do on a daily basis in this truck if it was jacked up real big, or really wide wheels, or more performance related. I'm not going to put a pro charger on this car, just on this truck, just to drive it to work into the post office and stuff. Like, that wouldn't even make sense. So obviously it would be very cool, and maybe someday I will. Who knows, maybe the next truck could be my cool daily, and then down the road this get a little more crazy. And honestly, y'all know me, I like level trucks. So like, most of y'all are the same way. We like level trucks. They're practical, they look great. You have a ton of options with level trucks, and you don't really lose anything. What do I want to buy? So obviously I want something that's going to be good on content, because we need, the funds to be built back up after spending it on it. I want something that y'all are going to enjoy to see, and I guess more than anything, I want something that I really want to build. So if y'all obviously know, YouTube is just my way of allowing me to build all these cars and trucks and stuff, and it's an absolute dream. I love it. There is obviously a limit to the funds on YouTube, so I can't just go buy a Lamborghini or something like that, or even a brand new diesel truck or something like that. However, it is usually enough to where I can have a lot of fun with this next truck. So if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know I've been asking people about LBZs. So the reason I say LBZ is because my good friend Jacob, obviously, he had like one of the first twin turbo Duramaxes, compound turbo, whatever, LBZ. And I was here for the whole time he had that truck, and I know how Jacob drives. He beats the dog crap out of stuff. I mean, he takes care of stuff, but at the same time, I mean, if someone run up on him or he just was feeling froggy, that boy ain't scared to put it to the wood. So he beat the crap out of that truck for like 100,000 miles, compound turbos, and yes, it finally did blow up, or the crank went bad on it. But honestly, after seeing the truck take the abuse that he gave it, it really makes me feel confident with getting an LBZ. Obviously, you can get one with 10,000 miles on it, or you can get one with 400,000 miles on it, and it being a 10-year-old truck, you never know how it's been taken care of. It could blow up, and it doesn't really matter. It's a gamble, really, when you're talking about older stuff like that. I've never had a diesel truck. A lot of my friends have had them. Obviously, they can be very expensive. If you want a nice one, you want the right one, you're gonna have to spend the money. And then obviously maintenance, repairs, stuff like that is always more expensive as well. I'm knowing that going into this. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the butt, and later down the road. But I've never had one. I love them. I know the huge potential that they have. There's really, they're just awesome. But my whole thinking is, there's kind of two trucks. There's one where I can spend in the lower teens, but it's going to have a lot of miles. I'm talking 200 plus, 300. And that's going to be definitely the cheaper option, but at the same time, then I could spend around the $20,000 mark, a little over that, and get one that's got close to 100,000 miles on it, which is a third of the miles for, we'll say, $5,000 to $10,000 difference. And in my brain, I'm thinking, if I get the cheap one, I can instantly boom, 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 do some mods to it. I've got a lot of exterior things on this coming up truck that I've never done before that I want to do, and it's going to be sick. And I can do all those things immediately. The truck would be awesome right off the bat. However, at the same time, I'm like, yeah, it's diesel. People say they run for 500,000 miles, no problem, stuff like that. But just not all trucks do. I mean, it really does depend on how they're taken care of and stuff. And if I bought one with 280,000 miles on it for 15 grand and the motor pops, I don't plan on having this truck to be like a race truck. Of course, I don't know what, I might change my mind, but I want just a super clean street truck just to have fun in. But 280,000 miles, I mean, honestly, you know, if I go even the best tunes in the world, everything is mechanical and it can wear out. And if I pop a motor, you know, burn a trans, it's going to put me right back up at the price of one that's going to have a third of the miles. And even aside from the motor, you got 280,000 miles on all the suspension. That's a crap ton of miles, and you really can't complain that everything would be worn out because it's 300,000 miles. But I don't feel like having to replace everything up underneath the truck. So currently I'm thinking it would be smarter, and y'all can, you know, give me your opinion. Spend the extra money up front, get a grandpa truck as bone stock as possible, lower miles should be the better option. But like I said, anything's susceptible to failure, so you know, you can get screwed by spending a lot of money and then it messing up too. So there's definitely a risk factor in this, no doubt. But, and I've been looking, the chances of me getting, I wanted a red one, honestly, bright red. I really wanted one. There's only one that I've found, and it's just it's too overpriced. It's a very nice truck, but it's just too overpriced. Gray was also a big one. I really didn't want black because Jacob's got a black one. Obviously, I'm going a different route than Jacob completely, aesthetically and performance-wise, but I still didn't want a black one. Everyone's got a black one. Definitely want to get it wrapped, so the color doesn't exactly matter. I just want one that's rust-free, good condition, no blow-by, not anything sketchy going on. And so I think that if I go for the LBZ, that's the route I'm going to go with that. So the other option I was thinking of is getting a gas truck. And this whole channel kind of started with an F-150, so I was thinking about getting like a 15 plus F-150. But those are going to be from 20 to 35 grand. And I really don't know if I want to spend all the money I just got off the Mustang. I'd like to spend under 20 grand, honestly. Nice truck, no matter what truck I get. So I put a little poll on Instagram, and most people said stay with the LBZ and not get an F1. But I do like them. It'd be another gas truck. I know a lot of people said don't get a diesel because there's all diesel channels and stuff. And apparently I'm one of the fewer gas truck channels that are consistent poster. But I'm not doing it for competition to get in there with the diesel guys and stuff. It's just something I've always wanted for myself. And I think it would be awesome on the channel. But the F1 would be sick. The new body styles are awesome. 5.0, great motors. But I just don't know if I want another gas truck, because it'd be, obviously being a Ford, it'd be completely different looking than this, but I would probably end up doing it pretty close to this. And I don't know if that would bring, obviously it would bring Ford guys over here, but then we're going to have Ford and Chevy guys, you know, bickering at each other or whatever, and I don't know if that'd be the best idea. The other option is just go on Craigslist, and I have enough money to buy like 10 different little cheap Craigslist buys. and just yeet them, and that would be really fun. Maybe do that in the future, or I could just get a couple, you know, decent trucks online, that 05 era of vehicles, but at the same time, people still want a lot of money for, you know, like a round body Chevrolet or something like that. You're going to be spending 10 grand on something with 100-something thousand miles on it, gas truck, and I don't really know if I want to do that. It would be fun, but at the same time, then you worry about the engine, blah, blah, blah. I know, I'm a paranoid person. I think I'm leaning towards the diesel thing, and I would love a Dodge Cummins. However, I don't feel like, I've just heard so much about the transmissions that I don't want to really deal with that, but I would like a 3rd gen Cummins. That would be sick. Power Stroke, my buddy Noah, he's got a 6.0. I mean, it hadn't blown up on him, but he's also had it in like an eco tune, and if I'm gonna get diesel, I want it in at least a decently stout tune to, you know, have fun with. So I don't think I want to do that. Obviously I could get one for cheap, stud it, head gasket, let it rip, but I don't know. A lot of thinking to do, a lot of thinking. Y'all definitely leave me some feedback, draw me some comments. Let me know what you would like to see on the channel. I would say 75% leaning towards an LBZ if I can find the right grandpa one. Lower miles, I think I'm convinced myself of that, but definitely let me know what you want to see, what would be the best move for the channel and everything. So with all that being said, hopefully you did enjoy. Let's find us a truck.